welcome to this beginner-friendly yoga class for myofascial release. This is a part of our beginner yoga series, so I'll leave a link in the description box below so you can check out the other classes in the series if you would like. And for those of you who are new here, my name is Rachel. I'm a certified yoga instructor and I specialize in yoga for chronic pain and chronic illness. And myofascial release is such a huge tool in my own practice for relieving pain, so I'm really excited to share this class with you. For those of you who aren't familiar with the term fascia, fascia is a type of connective tissue in the body that provides structural support. So it's often compared to saran wrap because of the way it wraps around all of the organs and other tissues in the body, but it's more like a three-dimensional spider web that wraps around all the organs, all the bones, all the muscles, and it creates a support, like a supportive net for all of these organs so they're not like sloshing around inside of your body, and so that everything maintains its shape. So the fascia needs to be strong and supportive, but we also need it to be flexible enough to allow for us to move around comfortably. And a lot of times what happens is we end up stuck in these kind of like repetitive movement patterns, like if we work at a factory, we're like doing the same thing over and over again, or if we're looking at our phone, our head is always like this, or if we're sitting at a desk, we're always at the desk, with our hand on the mouse, hand on the keys, doing the same movements over and over again, not getting enough of the right kind of movement. And so what happens is the like woven fibers of the spider web end up getting stuck together. So we end up with these fascial restrictions that can create a lot of pain and tension in the body. So it's really important for us to find ways to release the fascia, and some of the exercises I'm going to show you today are going to help you to do that so that you can live a more pain-free and comfortable life. You can do this practice seated on the floor with or without a cushion underneath your hips. Or you could do this practice seated in a chair with the feet flat on the floor. Sit up tall with the shoulders stacked right over your hips. And let the crown of the head line up right over the tailbone. You might feel yourself drift back in space a little bit. Then bring the hands together at your heart. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes here, and we'll just take a moment to tune into our bodies. Whenever we're working with the fascia, it's really important to stay mindful throughout the practice so we're really fully aware of the body and the sensations we're experiencing. So take a couple full deep breaths here and invite your awareness, invite your consciousness to come back home to your body. Feel that awareness, that consciousness trickle down from the crown of the head to the shoulders, to the hips. So you're infusing that awareness through the whole body. Our first exercise is just some wrist circles, so take the hands into fists, just really gentle fists, we're not squeezing the hands here, and then start to make some circles with the wrists. And these circles are pretty small, it's not a huge movement, probably won't feel a whole lot of sensation here, but try to stay present with it anyway. Make sure you're still breathing. And take the hands in the opposite direction, so you're making circles the opposite direction now. Release the hands down to your lap, so the palms are face down on your thighs. Now we're going to release the upper body with some shoulder drops. So on your exhale, start to drop the left shoulder toward the left hip until you feel a stretch sensation in the right side of the body. Once you feel that sensation of stretch, I want you to back up to the point where you felt little to no sensation at all. Remember that spot, and then come back to center. Now drop the right shoulder toward your right hip till you feel a stretch sensation in the left side of the body. Then back up till you feel no sensation. Remember this spot. Come back to center. And now we're going to flow back and forth between those 2 points where you were feeling very little to no sensation at all. You can connect this movement with your breath. So as you exhale, you'll drop the right shoulder toward the right hip. Inhale to center. Exhale, left shoulder drops. And just move back and forth at your own pace. This might not be a very big movement for you. You might feel like you're barely moving at all, but that's okay. Whenever we move the body in this way, we're actually activating the parasympathetic nervous system, so the body's relaxation response. So we're rewiring the nervous system and retraining the body to move without pain. Finish up your last set of movements. Come back to center. Make sure that you're sitting with the shoulders right over your hips, crown of the head over the tailbone. Start to turn the head toward your right shoulder until you begin to feel a stretch sensation in the left side of the neck. Then back up till you no longer feel a stretch, and remember that spot. Come back to center. And then turn the head over toward your left shoulder till you feel a stretch sensation. Then back up till there's no sensation. Remember that spot, and come back to center. So just like with the shoulder drops, you're going to move back and forth between these 2 points. So you're feeling the sensation of your body moving through space, but there should be no stretch sensation. You can link this movement with your breath again. So inhale to one side, then exhale to the other, like you're shaking your head no in slow motion. Finish your last cycle of breath and then bring the head back to a neutral position. Then start to draw some circles with your nose. So it's like you're trying to draw a circle on the wall in front of you with your nose. Just creating these teeny tiny circles with the neck. This is going to release the muscles at the base of the skull, which can help with headaches and neck pain. So you're doing this really slowly, really mindfully. Make sure you keep breathing. And then switch directions. Just itty bitty circles. Bring the head back to a neutral position. Sit up tall and bring the hands together at your heart. And we'll close our practice by doing a scan of the body from head to toe and just see if anything has shifted or changed since the beginning of the practice. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this class, be sure to give it a thumbs up so it can reach more people. And if you are interested in learning more about the fascia and ways that you can release fascial restrictions and prevent them from happening in your body, I have a complete series just on the fascia in my membership program, and I'll leave a link in the description box so that you can learn more about how to sign up for that. And I hopefully will practice with you again very soon. Namaste.